up, everybody? Coming to you with a little drive-in chat on the way to this Saturday icy cold gig. Wanted to talk about worst case scenarios. What happens when your Go Wild trip blows up? Now, let's be honest here. I've talked over the course of 10 videos on all kinds of pros. I gotta be honest and talk about the cons. So this is what happened to me recently. I just want to let you know, you gotta expect this, but out of 100 flights, one goes bad. I'll take it for the amount of money I've saved. That being said, last Monday, show up to the airport, LAX, get through all of the processes, take the bus to the international terminal, board my plane. We taxi out to the runway. We're about to turn on to the main runway. And instead of turning, we pass by it. We proceed to taxi another half a mile down the road or so. And as we do, plane comes to a stop. The captain gets on the intercom, lets us know there's a mechanical problem. He's going to see if he can get it dialed in. We're just going to wait here a few minutes. If he can't, we'll have to go back to the gate. Of course, Murphy's Law being what it would be, we had to go back to the gate. He gets on the intercom again, lets us know that the technician will be coming in from their base. We'll see what they can do with the plane. Likely have to reboot the systems. Plane will go dark. We'll let you know the status. After a short while, he gets back on the intercom and lets us know we're going to have to deplane. Well, many of us had connecting flights. Some of us had to connect through Chicago, some of us through Atlanta and different places, and so once we deplaned, it was already going to be a little bit of a tight wedge to get connected. And within a short while, they said there was an estimate of 2 to 3 hours for repair time. Well, that 2 to 3 hours could have translated into an unscheduled overnight stay in the Atlanta airport. So they tell us, the gate crew tells us they can't help us at all, and that we either need to scan the QR code or call on the phone. So the easiest thing for me to do would be to call on the phone. Spent 30 or 40 minutes with the representative to find out that we had not been properly deplaned in their system, and it still looked like we were sitting on the airplane. So I had to make my way all the way back to ticketing to try to reschedule a flight. And as luck would have it, there were no flights available at all for any amount of money until Thursday. That's right, Thursday. That didn't require some sort of major overnight stay in Cleveland or Denver, which would have done me no good. So I was forced, of course, to book a much more expensive flight on another carrier Tuesday and made it home. That being said, I will say this, things happen, we understand. Now the funny part is this mechanical failure I heard was a plane that had just been put into service November 29th of last year. So the plane was barely 4 months old. And how ironic that they were having problems. But at any rate, I'll just chalk that up to Murphy's Law. I'm not upset about it. It was an inconvenience. But my point being is, if you're going to have the Go Wild plan, you've got to have some backup plans. For instance, if you're traveling light on money, no credit card, no extra cash, that sort of thing, imagine having to get stuck for a couple days until you had the appropriate amount of money to reschedule or to find a flight that would fit into the parameters of the refund that you got on your prior ticket. So just be aware. Things can go wrong with the Go Wild Pass. It's not perfect, but it's still a great value. So I just wanted to bring you this little bit of story time. And make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about the video series if they're thinking about getting a Go Wild Pass from Frontier. It's definitely worth your money. Now that's not really what this channel's about. I'm the drummer in this band, the Monroe Street Players, and we like to showcase our music here, show you some of our live gigs and what goes on a little behind the scenes. And some of us have knacks for traveling, so we put some of that up here. So hopefully you can enjoy it, and we'll talk to you next time.